Good morning, everybody. This is Bradley with Lead Gadget, and it is 7:30 a.m. on May the 7th. And let me get my mic straight. Okay. So, hi, guys. I didn't see a lot of people RSVP for today. There's a few. So, if you guys have any questions, just go ahead and post them. Gregory, anyone here? Dude, I must have been 10 seconds late in starting it. Anyways, if you guys have any questions or anything, please post them today because we'll have plenty of time for questions today. The updates, I still haven't seen the updates from last week in my ATM. I'm assuming that they're just not completed yet. I know that's a lot of work for Dawn, so I'm hoping to see those sometime soon. And also, I wanted to go through the updates from the domain case study, the domain extension case study. So we'll go through some of those very quickly. Don't have a lot of information to report back yet because the sites are still indexing. That's kind of to be expected. Most of the sites that I work with, that I build, I find take roughly about 30 days for them to get fully indexed or, close to fully indexed. The first couple of weeks, it bounces a lot, and you'll see what I mean in just a moment when I show these slides. But again, guys, if you have any questions, post them on the events page, and we'll get through those in just a moment. So let's go through these slides first. And then once we're done with that, I'll come back and check on some questions. All right, so you should be seeing my, let me double check. Remember, I don't have a producer with me. Yeah, you guys should be seeing this. Okay, so training webinar week 9. I was hoping to have some data for you guys or some, training for the updates. But again, I'm not seeing them just yet. So when they are available, then I will do some additional training on that, and we'll cover questions and stuff about them as soon as I see those updates, okay? So the domain extension case study that I did, or that I have currently going right now, guys, just as a recap, is I bought 8 domains, and I put subdomains on the root of each one of these, and then built a site targeting the same keyword. I use different variations for the titles, the SEO title or the content title, which is the most important part for the optimization purposes. And so I targeted different keywords or it was the same keyword, but just variations of that keyword for the title. And so I've got the 8 sites built on that. In fact, this morning, I actually, in the same niche, I targeted another set of keywords and built 6 sites this morning on 6 of these domains. I just didn't get the other 2 done. So I've actually built 6 Lead Gadget sites this morning already, and it's only 7:30 a.m. where I'm at. So it's once you get the content set up, guys, it's incredibly easy to bang them out. I did those 6 sites in about an hour, at least the deployment side of things. In fact, if we jump over to the ATM, you'll see several of them are actually currently being built right now. They're being generated by the ATM as we speak. So it's incredible how fast you can pump these sites out once you get the content set up. And I should have got the other 2 done, but I just didn't. But anyways, these 8 domains here, and I got subdomains coming up for that particular keyword set. And I'll probably use the same 8 domains for about, I don't know, at least 6, maybe even 8 different sites. So in other words, I'll have 6 or 8 subdomains on each one of these domains, and I'll get a lot of mileage out of those. So if let's say I have 6 sites and there's 8 domains, 6 subdomains on each domain, and there's 8 domains, right? That's 48 sites. So you can see how VPH can get filled up very, very quickly. But, they should make quite a bit of money from those sites if they are successful. So we'll walk through these, guys. The Google Webmaster Tools has changed slightly, the dashboard. In fact, you'll see a major change if you're inside of Webmaster Tools as far as they have what they call search analytics or search metrics analytics now. And there's a lot of additional data. If you click on the actual search analytics button up here, it'll take you to a dashboard where it'll show you, like, you can put all kinds of new filters in there and stuff. It's pretty cool. Although I'm seeing it's in the beta phase right now inside of Webmaster Tools. I might pause the screen for a minute and then jump into Webmaster Tools and show you what I'm talking about with one of the SEO sites that I've been sharing with you guys. So let's get through these slides first, and then I'll show you, because I'm seeing a little bit of conflicting data, and it might just be because it's in beta. But I'll show you what I mean in a moment. So this is not showing impressions like it was before. Just prior to this new addition to Webmaster Tools, it would show impressions and clicks right here on this screenshot. And now it's not showing, it's just showing clicks. So it doesn't show you the growth in impression rate on this particular view. Okay, but that's okay, because what I was really looking for here was indexing rate, because this is only week 2. And you can see that this is the .website extension, and we're at 5,300 indexed URLs, which isn't great, but that's not bad either. You'll see some of the other ones aren't doing near as well. Info.info, you can see we're at 4,600 indexed URLs. We've had 5 clicks. That's pretty cool. This is .biz with only 399 indexed URLs after 2 weeks, so I'm surprised that one's indexing slow. This one is a .us, once again indexing very slow, 0 clicks. .co, this one only 306 indexed URLs. .org, 351. So several of these sites are indexing very, very slow. But again, it's only week 2, so I'm not concerned at all. Usually I wait till about 30 days before I really care. You know what I mean? By then, they're usually doing very well. And if they need additional push at that point, then I'll do some things like with RSS feeds and stuff like that. .net, this one's got 3,400 indexed URLs. And .in, which I'm actually really surprised. This one's got 13,000, considering this is a country level domain for India. I'm really surprised that it's ranking at, that it's indexing as well as it is, considering it's a country level domain. And we're, targeting US keywords. One other thing I just wanted to show very quickly, and I'll go into Webmaster Tools, like I said, to show you guys some of the new changes. But this is one of the sites that are in that same industry for the case study that I had done. This is actually what brought me to use this particular industry as part of the case study, was because I had built one test site to just see if it was a market that I wanted to get into. And this site now is about maybe 2 months old. Maybe as much as 10 weeks old. So maybe 2.5 months old now. And you can see that, like, just in the last few days, or like the last week or so, the impression rate has gone way up, and it's showing queries for 602 keywords that it's been given impressions for, and we've had 330 clicks, and that's fairly good. I mean, that's what, 11 clicks per day on a 30-day month, and that's for one site, guys. And that was one that I threw together because it was just to test to see if it was an industry or a niche that I wanted to get into. So that's why I went ahead and decided to build the case study in basically the same niche, targeting different keywords. But because I saw that this is a site that I did very little to. It didn't take long to set up because I kind of just slapped it together, and it's producing 11 clicks per day, which is significant. Okay, in my opinion, that's significant. So, all right. With that said, let me stop sharing for a moment, and I'm going to get into Webmaster Tools and show you guys some of the new changes inside of there for those of you that are using Webmaster Tools. So one moment while I get into one of these websites. All right, here's one that is one of the newer sites. Let's take a look at this one. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys should be seeing my screen now. Let me get double check on the events page that you guys are all good. Gregory Sinclair says, not a question, but more an update. I recommend building sites to target specific events. I built a site related to the UK election, which is today. Yeah, I've seen that all over the news, and it is doing very well with AdSense. Awesome. That is a very good idea. If you can anticipate events, especially like Greg was saying, ahead of time, so that it gives your sites time to index and everything, that would be great. I'm sure that's a good strategy for AdSense and stuff. Very cool, Greg. Thank you for that suggestion. All right, so here's one of the sites, guys, that I've been showing. This is one of the newer SEO sites that I've been using, or that I built for, driving traffic into my coaching business. Excuse me. And you can see that this one's only got 43 clicks in the last 30 days. But again, it just really started getting indexed recently. You'll see, if you take a look, this is what I'm talking about. Search Analytics Beta. See that? It's pretty cool. There, you can click on the old search queries button, and this will show you the old view, which is this one here. And you'll see that there is a discrepancy between what it's showing as the amount of clicks in the last 30 days. This one on this view, which again is in beta, but on this view it says 43. On this view, it shows 37 clicks. So which one is right? I don't know. I've always used this one, obviously, this view. And it's showing a difference in, just the view and everything else. By the way, this update right here, guys, this was the mobile update, the Google mobile update. So it's kind of cool that they put that there just to see if you have like a drop in impressions or something like that. It could have been because a site wasn't mobile friendly. Luckily, the out of the box theme for the IATM sites is mobile friendly. All right, excuse me. So anyways, just taking a look at this, this right here, it's pretty cool because you've got these different filters that you can apply. And so for example, I just clicked on impressions and you can see the impression rate is climbing still for this site. Okay, again, this is one of the newer sites. It wasn't even receiving impressions or traffic in a month ago, 30 days ago. So it actually just started, and you can see within the last about 2 weeks or so from about this point here that it's really started to take off. And that's what I expect. So again, this site is about 30 days old, and you can see that it's really just now starting to look good. Okay, if we go back and take a look over here, let's go look at the dashboard. You'll see that the index rate is still not fully indexed, but it's close. So if we take a look at the sitemaps, we'll see that it's almost every one of the sitemaps is almost fully indexed, but there's a few of them that are missing. So we're looking at about 10,000 pages or posts that aren't indexed yet. Does that make sense? Okay. But that's pretty cool. And if you take a look at click-through rate, that'll show this has got a very low click-through rate at the moment, but not a big deal. And in position, that'll show position 2, which is the green line. And if we actually come down here, we can show 500 rows. This is where you start getting all your keyword data. And if we click sort by position, you'll see that I'm ranked number 1 in the top 5 for many, many keyword phrases. You see that? So it's, I think over time, within the next 30 days, I should see a lot more clicks coming through on this site. Okay, so pretty good. This, and again, I remember I determined how to. I don't know if you remember from last week, but I was telling you that I determined to target this particular keyword because of another one of the SEO sites revealed to me that SEO backlinks plus city was a keyword phrase that got looked up often. So I built a site around that, and that's the site. I expect the site to do very well. Okay, so anyways. That was that. Do you guys have any questions on that? Looks like I'm not seeing very many questions yet today, so hopefully you guys have some questions that'll come through. Please post any questions that you have, guys. We have time today to answer questions. I don't really have a lot to share because I expected to be sharing on updates today, and I don't really have anything yet for you. I will as soon as we do. So a couple other things. I know that I guess we could talk about zero bounce too. If we've got some time, we might as well. I might have to pause the screen a minute and then I'll get logged into one of those sites. So let me do that because I know Brian talked about wanting me to talk about zero bounce, which is a premium plugin. I don't know if he's trying to cook something up with the developers for that or not. I have no idea. So don't quote me and say that he is because I don't know. But I want to show you what zero bounce does because there's some pretty cool things that you can do with that plugin. Not exactly the most white hat of plugins, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. So I'm going to go ahead and actually get logged in. Oops, that was bad. I shouldn't have showed you that. I'll have to edit that out, guys. Don't log in any of my sites, please. I'll have to edit that out in the replay. I want to show you guys the zero bounce. I forgot I was showing my screen. That was my bad. I'm going to get logged into the site, and then we're going to actually work on zero bounce for a minute, and so I can show you what it does and how to use it. I think it was Greg. Greg, if you're on and you're talking about, I can't remember if it was you or if it was somebody else. Yeah, okay, so it was you, Greg, using zero bounce. I thought so. Because Brian actually reached out to me and said he had chatted with you, and he was like, you got to talk about zero bounce. And I said, well, I am using it. I've talked about it before. And he said, well, Greg's doing some really cool stuff. And I said, all right, well, I'll talk about that. So that's what I'm going to work on right now with you guys since we have time anyways. So just give me one moment. Come on, site. Okay, cool. And this is actually really cool to see the progress of this site. So this is actually going to be a good site to show. All right, I'm going to take the screen again. Okay, you guys should be seeing my screen now. So here's Firefox. And I'm in Firefox, and here's the inside of that same site we just looked at. So the SEO sexy backlinks site, right? You can see that, look at the this is the analytic summary. And so you can see that there's, it looks like we're actually getting a bunch of spam traffic, which is, to be expected. A lot of times what I'll do with analytics is I'll go into analytics and set up filters to filter out spam traffic. You guys will get a ton of, if you're using analytics and stuff like that, you can actually filter out spam traffic. If you guys want training on how to set up filters in analytics, I'd be happy to show you how to do that. But you'll see you'll get a lot of spam traffic from like Russian domains, and also from like there's several of them that you'll see over and over and over again, like simple sharing social buttons or something like that is one of them. You'll see there's several of them that you often will see spam traffic coming from, and those bots will screw up your analytics, number one. And number two, it's a load on the server that's unnecessary. So if filtering them out in analytics doesn't stop the bots, but it will at least will show up, not skew your results, your analytics data. Okay, so anyways, we can set it. There's a couple codes that you can put in htaccess files that will block those bots. That's more for advanced stuff, and I don't want to confuse anybody with that kind of stuff at the moment. Maybe I'll do a separate training on that as a separate video at some point, and you guys can see how to do that as well. Anyways, that said, here's the Zero Bounce plugin. It is a premium plugin, so you do have to purchase it if you want to use it. But essentially what happens is you can see that, like, here's the plugin options. It's very simple. You got an activate button, which means if you have it activated, then when somebody comes in from the search results, whether it's Google or Bing, and you can set that up right down here. I've got it set by default. By default, it's set to all of them. But if somebody comes in from one of these locations and then they go ahead and click the back button, instead of it being considered a bounce, like for here, for example, I've got several of my sales funnel pages right here. So that if somebody comes in from the search results and they click the back button, instead of being redirected back to Google, they get redirected to one of my sales funnel pages. And, like I said, it's not exactly the most white hat of plugins, but it works because then it keeps it coming, especially if you redirect to another page on your site, then it won't count as a bounce either, because you could redirect to your own page. For example, you could even just have like a squeeze page set up or whatever on one of these ATM sites and redirect back to that. As Greg says, he was redirecting from back to Amazon affiliate offers, which is great, or product pages. It's pretty cool what you can do with this, guys. You basically will trap a visitor into whatever funnel you want them to be in. And it's kind of funny. It makes me laugh, and it's effective. Okay, but there's a couple other settings. We're not going to get into all that, but like there's also like I've got it set up to where if somebody's been on the site for 60 seconds, and then they click the back button, it will not redirect them into the funnel. It'll just take them back to Google search, because by then it's not counted as a bounce anyways, right? Because they've been engaged with the page long enough, if that makes sense. Okay, and then I've got it to where if they come back to the site for whatever reason in 7 days, they won't get that redirect either. It'll cookie their browser. So if they come back, like let's say tomorrow, and they click the back button, then it's not going to redirect it, because I don't want to cause any problems. But again, these are settings you can play with. I'm playing with different settings on different sites. But let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. Let me find one of the keywords that were ranked for this site. Go back to search analytics, and we want to look for position. That's what I was looking for. I'm not used to this new layout yet. So, all right. So we'll say SEO backlinks Stratford ON. We'll show you how this works. So here's my site right here. In fact, I've got 1, 2, 3 links right there. It's pretty cool. Here's number 4. Here's 5. So I've got 5 listings on page 1 for this particular keyword phrase. 2 different sites, 5 listings. But if we click through, we open this up, brings us to this page. Now, I've got, my banners on here that I try to get to click there. I've got videos on there that are, for these particular sites, most of the videos are videos from my own, my own coaching business. Some of them, I've got some random videos down here that are SEO related. So I'm trying to entice a click, right? But then I also got the exit pop. See how I just got the exit pop? And there's Todd Gross. So I used his videos. So I can get the opt-in from there. And then if I go ahead and click the back button, you see how it redirected? I clicked the back button, guys, to go back to the search results. And one of the redirect URLs I have is to my YouTube channel. So it just redirected us to the YouTube channel. And I think that's really, really cool. You can see the YouTube channel is this one right here. So anyways, anytime somebody hits the back button, it's going to randomly select one of these 4 to send them back to. So this is my YouTube channel. I've also got my sales funnels, things like that. So pretty cool that you can do that. Like I said, you could even just redirect them to another page on your site. You could put like a squeeze page or something, an offer page or whatever on your own site. You could redirect them off site if you wanted, whatever you want to do. But it's a pretty powerful plugin in my opinion. And so essentially, as you guys saw with the way that I have it set up with that site, let's try another one. Let's see if we could just go back and try one more. Let's see. Helena. Let's try Helena. I don't even know where Helena is, but we'll try that one. All right, see if it'll do it again. I don't know if it's cookied from the same page or just on site period. It might not do it again, but and then like I said, with an exit pop too, it's like I'm getting an opt-in. I'm getting an opt-in or at least push to one of my funnels regardless. Let's see if it'll send me back. This one sent me back to here again. I'm surprised it didn't cycle through. It usually does, but that's okay. Not a big deal. So you guys see how it works. It's pretty cool. It's a premium plugin. Go check it out. Let's see. Okay, Guy Baker says, Bradley, in my title, I put near me as I know people search on mobile using that. What is the best way you would use that? Yeah, that's true. I wonder if I can show this to you guys, but that does work. But also the thing is that I talked about this last week a little bit, but one of the things that I found to be the most useful for driving traffic right now is using Google Suggest keyword phrases. Now, I understand what you're doing with the near me thing. I get that. But and that's not something I've tested personally. I know that Brian does that sometimes too. So maybe I need to do a couple tests using that, adding that modifier to my keywords. I have not done it yet though. So I don't really have any data for you. But I was mentioning that the Google Suggest keyword phrases are, like, in my opinion, the best kind of keyword phrases right now to be targeting. And the reason I say that is because, over 60% of traffic now is from mobile devices. And if you grab your smartphone right now, guys, every one of you that are on this call right now, pick up your smartphone, go to Google and start typing in a search phrase. And what you'll notice is that half of the screen will be Google Suggest. Once you start typing in a search query, half of your screen will show Google Suggest terms. The other half of your screen is your keyboard, right? On your phone, your touch phone, right? So most of the traffic that's coming from mobile right now is from Google Suggest terms, because most people will start to type a search query and they'll see a suggested term and then click on that and they'll just tap it and it'll take them to that particular search. And so I'm finding incredible results right now just targeting suggest queries, if that makes sense. And I know that Dawn is one of the updates that's supposed to be included in the ATM, which will be, is the Google Suggest. I think he calls it, what was it? Keyword. I can't remember the name of the, what he named the software, but he's including that in the ATM. And I'm using what's called Power Suggest Pro. It's a, it's a standalone software that I've been using for several months, and I love it. I think it's one of the best keyword tools on the market personally, but the ATM should have that functionality like any day now. So guy says he's about to start using zero bounce. Very cool. Greg Sinclair says, I'm making sure the Amazon affiliate link is also prominent on the page itself, so it could be a legitimate click, and putting the Amazon disclaimer stuff in the footer. That's a good idea, Greg. Absolutely, because you don't want to get banned from Amazon Associates. So that's a good idea. I have never done any Amazon stuff, so I'm not real familiar with like all the legal stuff that has to be included, but I'm sure that that's what you're doing is a good idea. So guys, if you have any questions, I'm going to throw you under the bus, Greg. Hit up Greg. He says, mine stopped working with the WP update, and support recommended to check the box, load JavaScript inside HTML, and select get footer. Okay, that's good to know. In fact, a lot of these sites, if you guys will notice, I haven't been updating WordPress, and I'll tell you why, because I built the batch of sites for the domain case study. I just, right when I was cleaning up, doing the site cleanup, I was going in and just updating everything, including WordPress version. And I noticed that on those sites, then when I updated WordPress, you lose the formatting that has been coded into the site by Dawn. And maybe this has been fixed by now, but last week when I had updated the sites to the WordPress version, I'll show you what I mean. Let me go back over to this. Let's go show you the site. So I'm not updating sites right now. If this is fixed, somebody please let me know. Looks like this one, I already screwed this one up maybe because it's showing. Yep. Okay. So you see how I don't have all those links down here at the bottom? This one I must have already updated. And the problem is that I noticed if you update WordPress, you lose all these sites down here, these links down here, because it basically updates the theme. And also this is showing all these pages on page one. I don't want that. I want it to be, I'm going to go to settings, reading, and update that to just show one post. So anyways, guys, my point is that I apparently have updated this WordPress version on this particular site. And I don't like that because I lost all of those. Let's refresh this. Now it should just be one post on this page. But I lost all those, those links down here that were already coded into the theme, like the disclaimer and the privacy and all that stuff. Now I can get them back just by adding, I'm sure I can go into the footer.php file and fix it that way. But honestly, I've got so many of these sites built now, I don't really feel like doing that. So, the other thing that you can do is actually go into menus and then create another menu, and then or even use pages menu and put that in the right sidebar area. So, for example, if I go over to widgets, and I need to do this anyways, instead, you know what? I would create a custom menu because I would follow the links. I don't know if you guys care to see that or not. Let's just do it real quick. It'll only take a minute. I'll go to menus. I'm going to create a custom menu for pages. And then I'm going to follow the links so that I'm not bleeding juice to those like disclaimer pages and stuff. It's unnecessary. And then we'll add a custom menu to the sidebar widget. Come on, site. All right. Well, while that decides to load, I'll go check questions. Let's see. Gandy says, can you show us how to set up honeypot IPs for blocking the spam traffic? Honestly, I don't know. I've always used plugins for that, but Don said he didn't want us using like WordFence and stuff on the sites, so I'm not using those for these. So I'm not going to show you how to do it for WordFence when he doesn't want us using those on these sites. So honestly, Yanti, I don't know that. Maybe I can find out and do that another training on that. Okay. Yeah, let's create a new menu real quick. This one's going to be, I'll just say sidebar menu. Whoops, I just updated the one that I already had. Oh well, no worries. I need to create a new menu. And excuse me while I turn off notifications over here because I'm getting hammered. All right. That's all right. I'll create a new menu and call it Sidebar Menu 2. The site is responding slow today. Sorry, guys. Just bear with me one moment. All right, I'll keep moving while we're doing this. So we could use zero bounce to send visitors to a landing page or a client site rather than using the overlayer, and the issues with doing that. Yeah, you can. I've got a couple sites that I'm doing that right now, Guy, where I've got the exit pop anyway. Like I've got the lead gadget or the ATM site built, right? It's for a couple local businesses that I'm, doing work for, clients of mine, local clients of mine. And so I got those sites up, and then somebody comes in from the search results, and if they go to exit the browser, the pop-up comes up, which will it's an exit pop. It's not an opt-in exit pop. It's an exit pop that has a button that with a call to action, and if they click the button, it takes them over to the client site, so that where the the contact form is and the phone number and all that other stuff. But also, if they go click the back button, then it actually redirects them to the client site. So yes, you can do that. And I'm actually doing that now. So, all right, just a second, guys. What I want to do is go to all of these. So let's go ahead and select all. And I don't want that one. Request information, don't want that one. Okay, let's add these to the menu. Come on. I'll keep answering questions. Guy, yes, but fewer people will click back, then we'll see the overlay. The zero bounce doesn't work if the user has opened the search results in a new tab. Yeah, it does, actually. It does for me, Greg. I just showed that. I mean, if you want, I'll show it again. It does do that. Let's do this. Let's go over here, and we'll just say like SEO webinar Culpeper, which is where I live. And you'll see that right here's a link. If I click right click, open link, a new tab. Come on. My server must be having issues today. All right, well, I'm going to keep moving while I'm waiting on that. Guys, if you don't know this, you can go to screen options in the menu and click on link relationship right here. You see that? If you close screen options, then if you actually and open up your page links, there's what's called a link relationship box now that shows, and this is where you can put in no follow tags. Okay, this is good for directing where page rank or where link juice flows within your site. So essentially, the directory site or the directory link, which is a link to a categories page, a page that lists all your categories, you'd want juice to flow to that. But all these other pages that you don't care about ranking, put a no follow on. And if you guys were, I don't know if you had never noticed, but when the bottom of the site has the hard-coded links in, which apparently got destroyed when I updated WordPress, they're already no followed. Don coded that with no follow links, which is what you want. So I'm going to go ahead and put no follow on all of these except for the home page link and the directory link. So just 1 second. Let me no follow one more of these. And this is just my Band-Aid to fix the fact that I screwed up and updated WordPress and lost all my links. Okay, so let's see. Directory should have clear, and custom link for home should be clear, and it is. All right, so let's go update this. And by the way, we'll jump back over here. This is the site that I just came in off of the search results. Close out of here, and if I click the back button, see it's redirecting me to one of my sales funnels. See that? So in fact, actually, this is just redirecting the Hump Day Hangouts, the weekly webinar series that I do. So it does actually work if you open in a new tab, Greg. I'm not sure why you weren't able to see that, or it wasn't working for you. Let's see. I don't put near me in the title, but I usually do have it in one of the tags. That's a good idea. Are you sure you didn't update the theme as well as WordPress? That is where Don's code is. Yeah, that might have been it, Greg. That might have been it. It might have just been because I updated the themes because they were asking, there was a notification. That very well could have been it. That's why I haven't been updating anything other than plugins now. So let's see. Keyword Shitter, yeah, is a free Google Suggest tool. It is. That's a good tool too. It only scrapes, I think, Google Suggest. I like the other one that I use just because it scrapes like YouTube and everything else. Amazon, eBay, I think Bing. There's a couple other ones that it will scrape as well. So there's a lot of other functionality to it. But yes, for just Google Suggest, Keyword Shitter, that's a good one. It's a funny name, but it's a good one. All right, back over to this for one moment. We'll go to widgets. And now we're going to add a custom menu widget. Put it over here. Okay, so now if we come back over here and refresh, come on. Okay, so you'll see here is, and you see how there's a strike through. So I just brought these same image, the same links that were in the theme back by just putting them in the sidebar, just so you guys know. And you'll see the strike through because I've got a no follow highlighter in my browser. That's all. Okay. So anyways, that's just in case you guys didn't know how to do that. But Greg, yeah, as far as I need to find out if there's a child theme that I can download that from Dawn to reinstall it, if that's the case. And that's probably the case, is that I updated the WordPress theme and I lost all that formatting, and that sucks because I've got like 10 or 12 sites that I did that to before I realized it. So let's see if Dawn creates a child theme for, that's funny, Ganty. I was just saying that, and use the ATMs and updating the main 2014 theme through the WordPress update, will it still lose the links coded into the theme? My understanding is that child theme CSS will take precedence. Just a thought. Yeah, but apparently I updated the theme too. And Greg is right about that. That's interesting, Greg. I don't know why that's not working for you, but yeah, Ganty is. I think Greg is right. I think it's because I updated the theme. And I don't think there's a child theme in there. Let's go take a look. If we go look at the, let's see, themes, it might be a child theme, but there's not a child theme. You know, he might have coded the theme. I think if you create a child theme, then if you update, it won't affect the child theme. I think you're right, but it looks like he just coded the actual theme itself. You know, modified the code within the theme itself. And then when you update the themes, it rewrites it and it overwrites it. And that sucks because, like I said, I've got like, I don't know, at least 10, but probably 12 or 14 sites that I had gone in and it was just making updates on, you know, one day I was just making updates on several sites and I just kept going to updates and update all. And I lost that on bunches of sites. And then I was like, damn it, you know, so now I'm not updating WordPress. I'm just updating plugins. So anyways, you live and you learn. Okay, guys. Well, I don't really see a lot of other questions coming in. So I appreciate you guys being here. I mean, if you guys have anything else, post it, because otherwise I'm going to wrap it up. There's no sense in talking for the sake of talking. You know, that's actually, though, like I said, I'll see if we can't get a child theme created that we can use, or at least download, so in case it does get overrated, we can reinstall it. That would be the best way to fix it, in my opinion. So I'll make a note of that, actually. Yeah, that's not a bad idea there, Greg. Thanks for the suggestions today. He says maybe if you go to the new ATM site and file manager and FTP and download the 2012 theme folder, you can then upload it again to one of the sites you've already updated. That's a good thought. That's a good suggestion. I'll try that and see. So I think Dawn created the child theme. No, I think Dawn is using a child theme, needs to create a child theme to avoid these. I don't think Dawn created the child theme. Yeah, well, what I'm saying is it would be nice if we had that already installed. What I'm saying is when you deploy a site, if it's the 2012 theme and then there's a child theme that's being used, that should be, and you know, that would be a good suggestion, would be to have that also and pre-installed so that when we did have updates, we could update without having to worry about it affecting the child theme. That's my point. I think that would be a good addition. And I just made a note of that. And so I will bring that to Dawn's attention and see if he can do that. In the meantime, I'm going to do it. Dawn is not using a child. That's what I'm saying, Ganty. I think that he actually just recoded or modified the code of the original theme. That's what I'm saying. So if he adds a child theme, then that would prevent that from happening. Does that make sense? And just add that to the site deployment. And again, I'll bring that to his attention. I'll let him, he's the one that codes all this stuff. So I'll let him make that decision, but I will bring that to his attention. In the meantime, I'm going to try what Greg said and see if I can't fix some of these sites by doing that. I'll update you guys on that once I've done it. All right. Okay, guys. Well, I don't see any other questions coming in, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I'll send you guys some more updates as soon as we get, as soon as stuff changes with inside the ATM. I'll make some additional training videos. And then obviously we'll go over them in more detail during the webinars. If you guys have any questions, just let me know. Tag me in the Facebook group. I haven't been real active in there recently because I've got a ton of projects going on right now. But if you guys have specific questions you need help with, just let me know, and I'd be happy to try to get answers for you. So thanks for everybody being here today, and I will see you guys next week.